Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kev's Movie Corner. I am Kev. Nikki is joining me this week for a special episode, and we are talking about Jurassic Park. Nick, I think this is a movie you've actually watched.
Several times, if you can believe it. This is one I like to watch
That's
repeatedly.
amazing. This is one of my
Yes.
favorite movies.
It's very good.
This came out in 1993. It is an adventure sci-fi film. It's just over 2 hours long. It stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum as scientists. What is?
Yeah, love Jeff Goldblum, love Laura Dern. I do love everything about this movie.
Yes. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Short snippet from IMDb is an industrialist invites some experts to visit his theme park of cloned dinosaurs. After a pilot failure, the creatures run loose, putting everyone's lives, including his grandchildren's, in danger. That's that's kind of accurate. I don't know that it's just a power failure, because it's not. The power failure is caused by a person. It's not just that it doesn't
Yes.
doesn't just go off. It's caused by a person for a reason. So there's not,
Yeah.
it doesn't just shut, like the power doesn't just go off.
Now, maybe they're saying like it would have happened anyway because of the hurricane. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, no, I don't think so, because they actually shut the power off to restart everything. So I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because that's the whole thing, is that they have to shut the power off to reset the whole system so that they can can actually bring everything back.
Sure.
So this movie has obviously I don't know why I say obviously a lot, I feel like, and I need to get out of that habit. This movie has done very well over the years. It has spawned not how many sequels have there been? There's been the original trilogy and then 3 others. So I guess there's been 5 other movies after this. There's 6 total.
Yeah. 6 total,
Yeah.
I think.
Plus video games and other
Yeah.
things all over the place. So yeah, it's done very well for itself. In 2018, it was selected for preservation by the United States Film Registry and the Library of Congress. So it is done very well. The original movie was nominated for 3 Academy Awards and won all 3. Best Sound Effects Editing, Best Sound, and Best Visual Effects. And it's a movie about dinosaurs. You've got a eccentric old man, billionaire, millionaire. I don't really know how much money he has. It never really talks about that. But John Hammond, who ends up building a theme park, amusement park, I don't really know what you'd call it, that he's cloned dinosaurs at, that he wants to basically make it to where people can come see dinosaurs. He has invited these scientists to come see it because his insurance company won't let him open the theme
that's
park
so funny to
without
me.
without getting the approval of these scientists to make sure that it's safe for people to come see the dinosaurs. So he decides to have them come look at it so that he can get their stamp of approval, and things go awry while they're there. And the dinosaurs break out of all their enclosures and start running amok around the park, and eating people and killing people and killing each other, killing the other dinosaurs, and yeah, it all goes very poorly, and many people die, and of course your main characters make it out barely. And
Mm-hmm.
that's about it. It's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of bonding in it with of the main characters. You know, John
Mm-hmm.
Hammond's grandkids are in it. I mentioned that in the thing. And
Mm-hmm.
you have one of the main characters doesn't really like kids, but he kind of bonds with those kids in the movie and kind of kind of has to protect them because he gets separated from everybody else and kind of bonds with those kids, which is kind of a nice
Mm-hmm.
little sentiment. But it's just it's a really fun movie to watch. Um, it's really cool to see how good the special effects were in the early 90s,
Yeah,
and
that is cool.
it is amazing to me how good they were then, and how if you watch a Jurassic, like if you watch the newer movies of the dinosaurs, they look faker. They
Mm-hmm.
look more fake now than they did then.
That's what I thought too. It was weird. We were watching it and Casey was like, "Oh, it looks so bad now." I'm like, "I don't know. I think I like this way better."
Yeah, see, I think the original Jurassic Park looks better than the new
Agreed.
ones.
Yeah.
I think it looks more realistic, which is
Yeah.
crazy that they did that in the
Yeah.
90s.
I don't know how to describe or explain it, but I get the same feeling.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so I did look up a couple fun trivia things that I thought were interesting.
Mm. Hmm.
Um, so we did watch or you sent me a video about the T Rex roar on YouTube.
Yes. Hmm.
So apparently, scientists now have come up with the theory that the T Rex didn't ever actually roar like it did
Hmm.
in the movie. It kind of just grumbled, is what I
Hmm.
would consider it. Kind of
Yeah.
growled.
Like a low growl. Yeah.
Yeah, which it did in the movie some too. Like if it was just walking
Yeah.
around, it kind of just growled a little bit, which you heard in the movie.
Hmm.
That's kind of what it sounded like in this video, or that's kind of what they have come up with.
Yeah.
But
There's just not like that iconic roar
yeah,
that Jurassic Park has.
exactly. So that iconic roar is a
Hmm.
mixture of several sounds, just like anything is.
Hmm.
It's a dog, a penguin, a tiger, an alligator, and a baby elephant.
Huh. Interesting. I did not know that.
And
I figured it would have been like the lion from the other intro
the
movie
MGM
thing.
intro, yeah, the
Yeah.
MGM thing.
Hmm.
Nope. The main sound, like in the big the like a majority of the sound from it is the baby elephant, but
Huh.
that's like
That's
a
interesting.
big part of the mix. But yeah, it's all of those things mixed
I
together.
guess it does kind of have that like trumpety, noise
Hmm.
to it. Interesting.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
and one of the producers on that was on set, because this when they were shooting this movie, there was actually a hurricane that hit Hawaii as they were shooting this. So they
I did not know
like
that.
they were all forced to hunker down in the ballroom of their hotel during
Hmm.
filming at one point. Um,
Interesting.
Sir David Attenborough, I did see somewhere too that he apparently slept in his hotel room during the whole thing, and somebody asked why did you do that? And he's like, I lived through the Blitz, like I lived through the war. Like what are you talking about? This is nothing. But anyway,
Yeah.
the producer Kathleen Kennedy said that the T Rex would malfunction in the rain every once in a while because it's a big robot. Like one of it's a
Yeah.
big robot, and she said it would freak out, and it would. She said it scare the crap out of people, and you just hear people screaming every once in a while because it would just like in the middle of lunch, it would just start moving and just
Yeah.
start doing new
That's pretty
things, and
funny.
they wouldn't know what was going on. So
Hmm.
oh, can you
That's
imagine?
pretty
Can
funny.
you imagine a 20 foot tall dinosaur just coming to life while you're eating lunch and just not knowing
No,
what's
I'd
going
probably
on?
have a heart attack.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that
Hmm.
would yeah that'd scare the crap out of just about anybody. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you know you're on a movie set, that's still terrifying.
Yes. It's like when, dolls move and you're like, dolls aren't supposed to
Yeah,
move. Hmm.
exactly.
Probably
It's
same
not supposed to
feeling.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, just dolls moving. We talked about this once before. Did we
Mm-hmm.
talk about it on here? No, I don't know if we talked about it on here. You sent pictures a while back of a couple dolls that you have from like your
Yeah.
childhood, and they
Mm-hmm.
no, no,
I have
just no.
a nun, so I inherited them. I have a nun doll, and it looks like a horror movie. And
Yeah,
then I have my aunt. It's her first communion dress, I think. There's like a little tag on the back that says what it is. I think it's her first communion dress, maybe. But I'm just holding that one temporarily until my little cousin um grows up and like has a house to like put this in because she's like 10 or 12. So
no,
I inherited both of them right now.
no,
Yeah.
no.
But okay, speaking of horror movies, that reminds me, one of the things, because I love the book Jurassic Park
Mm-hmm.
by Michael Crichton.
Yeah,
I
I have the
love
book.
it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Um, that so it always seemed like that was more like the movie's really like sci-fi adventure,
Mm-hmm.
but when I read the book, I get the feeling of like horror, like almost more dystopian because it's about the genetic engineering
Yeah.
things more. It's more like horror movie. And so the only critique I think I've ever seen of Jurassic Park, except for people making fun of, the dinosaurs and things, was like the source material is more gory,
Mm-hmm.
horror,
Yeah.
dystopian, and the movie's more, like cinematic, sci-fi, whatever. But
I
I get that. It makes
yeah.
sense. I think that's why it's done so well because if you had the first scene of the movie be like one of the first scenes of the book, I think it's one of the first scenes where the dinosaur eats the baby, probably not many people would see the
Yeah.
movie.
I mean, and even still, like you, the first scene in Jurassic Park is a dinosaur eating a human. Like
Yeah.
that is the first scene. It's just not as It's just not quite as graphic. It's
Yes.
done very cinematically to
Yeah.
pull
It's
you
like
into.
thrilling.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. And that's what it's supposed to be.
It
It's
gives me the same feeling as like in Jaws
mm-hmm,
when it's assumed that the dog dies and gets eaten by the shark.
mm-hmm.
It's the same, like, I don't like to see babies and dogs hurt,
Yeah,
mostly dogs, but I don't like to see like animals hurt. But if it's a human, like an adult human, I'm like, I don't care. I literally don't. It doesn't phase me at all.
yeah. Well, I mean, you don't ever. Um, One of the things in Jaws that also made it suspenseful, and they've talked about this, is part of it. That was another Spielberg movie,
Hmm.
um, and this was partly because Bruce the shark didn't work worth crap, but
Yeah.
you don't see the shark for like the first 2/3 of the movie, which makes it more
Yeah.
suspenseful because you don't really know. You don't ever get to see it, and you kind of don't get that with this either. You don't see
Hmm.
the dinosaurs like
The
you
big
see.
ones, at least. Yeah.
Well, you don't even see the little, like you see that in that
That's
first
true.
scene. You see the eye of that dinosaur as it's like you see its
Yeah.
eye through the cage, but you don't really see the dinosaur that much. And even when
Hmm.
they're feeding it, you don't see it.
Hmm.
You don't really ever
Yeah, you only
see.
see the baby hatching in the
Yeah,
beginning,
you see the baby hatching.
feels
That's
like.
the only time until you see the Triceratops. I don't
Hmm.
think you see a full size dinosaur
Hmm.
in the movie.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good point.
so it kind
Hmm.
of builds suspense
It
up
does.
to what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good movie.
It is. It's so
I
good.
love watching this movie. I watch it a couple times a year. I have a well, you can't see it because this is like cut with all this going on, but over here over my shoulder there is a Jurassic Park. Actually, there's a Lego set of the dinosaur like stepping on the Jeep with it upside
Oh
down and the kids
yeah.
in it. There's a
Hmm.
Lego set that is that scene. So, I yeah,
Nice. I like
I'm a
that.
big Jurassic
I
Park
wasn't
fan. So
laughing at you. I choked on my water.
yeah,
That was not me laughing though. That is super cool. Um, that would be like if I could turn any moment into the movie into a Lego set. Obviously, that's cool, but I think a funny one would be like how there's that gif of Ian Malcolm staring at the big pile.
Yep, that's a good one. That's a good one. Um, I I don't. Ian Malcolm's a great character. They're all good characters, but I
Yeah.
don't. Which character? We did a test on which character
Oh,
you are.
yes.
By the way,
hmm Yes.
um,
And I took it 3 times because I was like, okay, I took this. I got the only like main woman in the movie. But sure enough, I took 3 different quizzes, like BuzzFeed and then 2 other websites, and I got Ellie Sattler every time, which I mean is amazing. She's great. She's amazing. But I was like, okay, typical answer, I guess. So it says, um, Ellie Sattler, you're kind and intelligent. You're never afraid to defend those who you love and are always willing to go back for them, which is true. You have a great sense of humor. Don't know about that part. And most people instantly like you. But I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. I must have answered the questions like a woman.
okay. Well,
Who'd you get?
I must have answered the questions like a woman then too, because I got Ellie Sadler as well. So,
That's so funny.
yeah. So I don't know.
But that description kind of does make sense for both of them.
I
Like I
mean,
wouldn't
yeah,
really see you as Ian Malcolm, except for the fact that you're more like sarcastic than I am,
yeah.
or like more humorous. You like I think you're more funny.
I'm a little
So
more eccentric. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
yeah, I think that would lend me to think if I had to choose, I would maybe choose Ian Malcolm, but then again, not really because you're not fully him.
No, I'm not
Also,
that.
maybe it's just because Ellie's kind of the most like normal, it seems
Yeah,
like. I don't know.
that's possible.
Anyways, it was fun to still take that quiz.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, Jurassic Park. You should totally watch it.
hmm
I recommend it for anybody. I don't. Yeah, I think it's a great movie. It's 2 hours long. It flies by.
hmm
There's no there's
Yes,
really
and I
no
appreciate that.
slow time to it. Like
hmm
um, another thing that I did find interesting is the Barbasol can.
hmm
So you see when he drops the Barbasol can and it gets you they make a point to show it get covered in mud,
hmm
which I mean you always wonder what that's for, and apparently Steven Spielberg was setting that up to be a sequel, like that was going to come back in another movie,
Wow.
but he didn't. So Steven Spielberg bought the rights to Jurassic Park before it ever was published. He bought the rights before the book actually came out. He
Gotcha.
didn't know, because both the first 2 movies are based on the books. There is a
hmm
Jurassic Park book, and there is a Lost
Yeah.
World book.
Fallen Kingdom or Lost World. Is it
Lost World,
Lost
yep.
World? Yeah.
Jurassic Park and Lost World are both Michael Crichton books. Um, and then, so he didn't like the Lost World is another movie. They obviously made a sequel, but it's on a
Yeah.
different island, so it's not really,
hmm
but they never did bring the Barbasol can back because when I guess they didn't
Hmm.
have that really didn't ever come back. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
I did wonder why they make such a big deal of that scene. I'm
because
like,
that
it seems
was
very random.
it was supposed to be used as a call, like move forward to another a
Interesting.
sequel at
That
some
makes
point,
sense now.
but it just never. I guess it never happened. So it
They
was
should
just
do
never used.
another, the next Chris Pratt one.
Yeah,
Bring back the Barbasol.
they're all. It's not going to have Chris Pratt. They've already cast it. It's already being made.
Oh, I didn't even know there was another
Yeah,
new one being made.
there's a new one coming out. It's supposed to come out this summer. Like it's
Oh,
already almost done. It's
oh
supposed to
wow,
come
I
out in
did not
like
know
June
that.
or July, and it's got Scarlett
hmm
Johansson in it and some other people. So
Interesting.
I
Well, we'll have to go see it.
it looks interesting.
hmm
I hope it is good, but
hmm
it's I don't I don't really remember entirely what the premise is, but it's not like any of
hmm
the other ones. It's from what I remember, it's not. It's like an entirely different kind of aspect of it. But
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
I hope it's good too.
yeah,
Nothing ever is as good as the original, but
no,
I love spin-offs. I'm not one of those types of people that is like, oh my God, this is not as good as the original. Like, I love
no.
spin-offs.
I just
I
like
love,
seeing the people in the story again.
yeah. Like, I
Yeah,
love all this different Star Wars routes they took. I'm not like a purist who's like, you can't do it this way or this is a
no,
plot hole. I'm like, listen, I'm enjoying this,
yeah.
so I'll go see it. I don't really care if it's
And my thing is
different or
if I don't like it, I just won't watch it. Like if it's
exactly.
not good, I won't
Yeah.
watch it again. But if I enjoy it, then
hmm
great. That's fine. Like I
Yeah,
try it. I mean, if I don't like it, I won't watch it. It's fine. Like
exactly.
if you
Yeah.
guys want to waste your money on it,
So
that's fine. Like if you
I'm
guys want
gonna
to waste your
go
money,
and
I'll
have my
try it.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna probably enjoy it, even if it's not as good, as some
Yeah.
of the others. I probably won't care. I'll probably still enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, we might be back here in June to talk about the new Jurassic Park movie or the new
Yeah.
Jurassic whatever it is movie. I don't remember what
Yeah.
it's called. So, but yeah, I
No
think it's
idea.
June or July that it comes. It's sometime. I'm pretty sure it's this summer. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll probably have to
Yeah.
watch that and come back and talk about it. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, Nick, I think that is it for this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Next week we're talking about The Wild Bunch from 1969. You gonna watch that, Nick?
No.
Do you know what it is? Have you ever heard of it?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
I actually don't know what it is or have ever heard of it either. So, um, yeah, watch that. I'll talk to you guys about it next week.